How
Okay.
you doing? How you doing?
Um. Okay. I suppose. Awesome.
Shit. I am trying to figure out how to put my damn screen right, and I just lost it completely.
Well, that's one less problem to deal with then.
Mean. I have the right to watch this too. Oops. Oh,
You
now I see the chat. Yay! Hi, chat.
say, is it
Yay.
a right or is it a privilege?
It's a right and should be like mandatory.
Well, that takes
Hi.
it from being a right, doesn't it? Making it mandatory.
Does it? Does
Yeah.
it really? I don't think so.
For example, is it mandatory to have a driving license if you're driving a car in the US?
No, but this is different. It'd be a mandatory pleasure.
Hmm. Okay. I think we know that your next birthday present is going to be a dictionary and not Black's Law before you got there.
I think there can be mandatory pleasures. Breathing is one. Am I not right? Am I not right? Breathing
Oh,
is not just mandatory, but it's a pleasurable thing, especially when you can't.
if you can't, then it's not mandatory.
No, but if you can't breathe and then you can suddenly breathe again, it feels wonderful, and you never forget how wonderful it is to breathe.
Well, yes. Um, I,
Sight is
I,
a mandatory pleasure because I don't have it right now, but it's mandatory. You need it, and you should have it. We should all have it.
I would dispute your terminology a little bit. But,
Well, so would I, but that's not the point.
mhm.
My, I don't know, laissez faire attitude about words is part of my
Mm,
charm.
absolutely.
My passing, or not passing, like ships in the night kind of relationship with meanings and definitions is a, is an okay thing to have at
It
times.
can be, yes.
Like I'm not a mathematician, okay?
Yeah,
Anyways,
that's right.
how you doing?
Again, still doing okay. And
480 months. I saw a guy get sentenced to 480 months. Why do they gotta do that? Then you gotta sit there and figure it out. Do the math in your head usually, because they don't usually give you a calculator. To say, "Oh God, I'm fucked." You know, that's 40 years.
mhm,
40 years. And his defense attorney tried to get him probation.
what did he actually do to get that sentence apart from being found
Delivery,
guilty? Sorry?
delivery, delivery of a controlled substance.
Ah, okay.
But
That must have been a crap ton of controlled substance
no,
for.
there's you're not listening to the but. He's a habitual
Ah,
offender.
okay.
Third strike, he's out. He's on his fourth
Right.
strike. So, and he's there's no way he'll ever get probation because first of all, like the first time, second time, last time, I don't know, 8 violations, including
Right.
cutting the fucking tether off. That's a
Yeah,
whole
he'll,
other charge, let alone a violation.
yes. I mean, he would seem not to want to actually conform to probation.
No, he's gonna do what he wants when he wants.
Hmm.
And he's, you don't have to listen to nobody. And now he's in prison for the rest of his life.
Right.
And then as he's walking out, he starts swearing about the sentence. So the judge's like, come back in.
Oh dear.
And he found him in contempt and added 10 days under the sentence.
Or icing on the top. Mm.
It's the principle of being sat back down, told you're stupid. You couldn't keep your mouth shut for 20 more seconds. And but you know they want to scream right directly at the judges, not the balls to do it, so they wait till they're walking out. And, it was fucking bullshit. Well,
Mm,
now you got a whole 10 days added onto your 40 years.
yeah.
Stupid.
Well, speaking of silly things in court, saw a video a couple of
Yeah.
days ago of I forget what the guy was actually up for, um, and they were discussing sort of bail and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And the prosecuting attorney just sort of gently pointed out that maybe a high bail would be good
Yeah.
because of his history of um, not attending court cases like 35 times.
That he should be remanded. Some states you can't be remanded without bail unless you've committed
Yeah.
murder, though. So
So the judge, I think, made it a 50,000
that's
cash
it.
bond. Yeah.
High bond to me is 500,000 to 1 million.
Yeah.
But depending on the charges, sometimes you can't in the state. Because to me, a GoFundMe could get him the 5 grand he really needs for that 10%. Was it cash or cash surety?
I can't remember the exact wording of it
Because
because
if he
I'd
can do the
never.
10%, then he,
Yeah.
depending on relatives, and they could GoFundMe because people are stupid enough to give bail money to people.
Yeah.
If you had to do a GoFundMe for your bail, you probably should be in jail. That's all I'm saying. Because too often they're they're really thinking the the magistrate or the judge is really thinking about the purpose of bail. The purpose of bail is to assure your appearance and also to keep you on the straight and narrow a little bit because you know
Yeah.
if you're a danger to society you shouldn't be out there, right? So that's why a high cash or unaffordable bond can sometimes be put in place
Yeah.
if you can't do no bond at all. So if they can get it possibly, that's to me just a high one, not one that's going to keep them there, you know. But yeah, they get the money back if they show up. So yeah, for 5 grand, I would show up. For 5 cents, I'd show up. I don't want to be arrested. I don't want to go to jail.
Yeah. I mean, I must admit, well, I'd like to think I wouldn't be in that position in the first place,
Yeah,
being a reasonably good sort of law abiding citizen. But
I
you
don't know.
never know.
And it kills me how people are let out on probation, um, or given probation instead of jail time, which is a gift to me. It's a gift. Instead of going to jail, here you can go home, but do this, this, this. Don't do that, that, and that. And here's a scram tether or whatever, which can detect alcohol and sometimes other things. And then they drink while on it, or they pop positive on a UA, or they bring in fake pee, which doesn't get up to the temperature, or they spit in it or put water in it or whatever to dilute it. There's so many ways that they can catch you for that. They know everything you're going to try, and they've got a way of detecting it. So to me, I don't want to be in jail or prison. So
Well, yeah.
I am going to do everything you ask of me. You want me to do community service? I'm going to do it all up front. You need me to pay a fine? I'm going to get on a payment plan and stick with it if I can't pay it all at once. Like, you want me to, report? I'm reporting, you know?
Yeah. And yeah, I
Tell me to
must
do
admit,
what you want me to do, and I'm going to do it because thank you for not putting me in prison.
pretty much, yeah. It's effectively a small price to pay, isn't it?
But these people pop positive left, right, and center that, oh, it was Listerine? Yeah, no. Oh,
Mm.
that .6 I got, which .08 is legally drunk. .06 I got was, yeah, I was drinking O'Doul's, the fake beer,
Right.
and I
Okay.
got
So
almost
thank you for
legally
clarifying that because I
drunk on
didn't have.
that.
Thank you for clarifying that because I hadn't got a clue what an O'Doul was.
O'Doul's is the fake beer, like a
Right.
Bud Zero or whatever they call
Right.
it.
Okay.
Um, it's got the tiniest bit of alcohol, for, I think, for the flavor or something like that.
Right.
And they all have the same amount. To get to the equal of one real beer, you have to drink, depending on the person and their size, 20. It's a 20 to 1.
Yeah.
Sometimes 12, depending on the person and the beer and the size of
Yes,
it.
he'd be washing his kidneys
12 to
away, wouldn't
20 to 1. And you have to drink it in the same amount of time I would drink a real beer
he? Yeah.
or less. There's no way in hell you can keep that much liquid inside of you to get to a .06. You can't. Can't do it. Sorry about it. You die. You'd have to literally, you would die of keeping the water in. Like, because people do that.
Mhm.
They pass out and they can die. They've had those contests. Last person to pee wins the Ferrari, and a woman died. Um, it happens. So yeah, one of them happened to take us to a really lame concert, and I'm like, why would you die for them? But the radio station, even though like nurses and doctors were calling up saying this is very dangerous, don't do it. They're like, hey, anybody
Yeah.
dying over there? No, okay. And they kept going, and a woman died because people are stupid. But yeah, you tell me what to do, I'm gonna do it. I'm not going to prison. I'm not stupid. Why do these people do that? What? I get addiction. Don't think I don't, because I'm an addict and I'm in recovery. I know what the cravings are. I know what you want to do. But if jail's on the other side of that, I'm going to go to as many meetings as I need to.
Yeah.
I'm going to do whatever I can legally to keep from doing it.
Well, you certainly had an effect.
Why?
Taipan says, "Thanks a lot. Now I have to use this room."
Oh, sorry, honey. But you see what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. Yes, I think just talking, you've effectively been the verbal equivalent
Of
of
running
turning on the
water.
taps.
Yeah. Somebody talks about needing to drink or something, needing a drink, they're dying of thirst, and I have to pick up my water and drink it. So I get
Mhm.
it. I'm sorry. But I'm just saying, if you're given probation and you end up in
Oh, jump at
prison,
the bloody
that's on
chance.
you.
Yeah.
It's on you. That is totally your stupidity. Because there's help out there, and you don't want it. I get it. I didn't want to get clean. I like being high. Everybody does, but that's an addict. But you gotta pull on your big girl pants and
Mm.
deal with life.
Yeah. Well, the trouble is, whilst the being high is nice, um, everything else around it, not so much.
And here's the thing: people who know an opiate withdrawal is hell. But and I understand how they would relapse or not be able to do it and need more help. But uppers, crack, meth, there's no withdrawal from that. You sleep for a while and then you eat and then you're set. There's no withdrawal. No pain. You want it. It's like you Jones for it. You're fiending for it. I get that. But dude, it's so much easier than if you're a heroin addict. It doesn't make sense. And if you could,
Well,
like, I used to be so jealous of people coming down off of crack and shit because all they did was sleep for a day, eat a bunch of good food, and then they're done. They're set. They're fine. And I'm like, you fucker. Because I'm going through weeks of hell, throwing up, all nasty shit.
mhm.
My head's pounding. It's coming out every pore of my body. Like, oh, it's horrible. You guys, if you know, you know. And I would look at this girl who, when she first came in the hospital, she went in her room. I met her a day later when she finally woke up and while we were eating. I was like, and she's like, she's done with it. She's laughing about it. I'm like, you suck. I'm like, But, there's no reason if you're doing any of those drugs not to stay out of jail if you're on probation. Even alcohol is harder to get off of. Alcohol is horrible to get clean from.
Mhm.
And that's just, yeah, let's move on. That's a weird
Yeah,
way to start the stream.
yeah. Anyway, if you're back from the Little Snakes room, hello, Taipan.
Hi, Taipan.
Hi, Cliff. Good to see you.
Hi, Cliff.
Cajunis. Thanks for coming.
Cajunis.
Mike 71.
Hi there, Mikey.
Hi,
Mikey,
hi,
Mikey.
K-Rab. Good to see you.
Hey, K-Rab.
You have to let us know how you got on with those books. If they're
Please.
on your bedside table or they're being
In the
mulched for fertilizer.
garbage. Yeah.
Hi, Mindy Williams. Good to see you.
Mindy, I hope your friend is okay.
Mm.
Did you get my DM that Pink Sub helped her? Wish we could do more.
Mm.
Well, anybody else? No.
That's all those that have spoken so far.
Hi guys. Love
Mm.
you all. This is
Yeah,
gonna be a
going back.
short, weird one. Sorry about all that. But seeing somebody sentenced to 40 years was wow. And he didn't cry or anything. Like he did say that shit as he was walking out. But like if somebody said you're gonna be locked up 40 years, I'd turn to jello. I wouldn't even know how to process that.
Might well have been shock that sort of delayed his reaction that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mindy says she got your DM and what
Okay.
have you.
I just want to
And
make
hi,
sure it's
Sean.
the right person. Hey Sean, how you doing, hon? My old pal.
Mike would like to know who that was that got
The
screwed
40
over.
years?
Well, not screwed over 40 years, yeah.
Um, I can look up the link to the. It's a kind of boring court video, but like legal nerds,
Yeah,
you know.
it might have the
But
name of the accused on.
um, yeah, I'll look up the link. It's just
Hi, Jason.
nothing special. Let me go look.
And as for
It's good.
sorry,
No good.
so yeah, as for sentencing, Taipan says, well, he got 20 years for marriage.
Oh, you're dumb. That was mean. I don't know your ex though, so it might have been spot on. Okay, this one is this the one? I don't
I
think
didn't
so.
realise kangaroos lived that long.
No. Oh, let's not get stupid. You might be insulting somebody special.
All right, if I didn't already call it, we'll call it
Yeah,
again.
this is it. Okay, so
Right.
it's the title of it, honey, is it's on Old Squishy Gardeners. It's interesting sentencing hearing with a contempt dessert, and then in parentheses, P.S. Don't cut off your tether, end parentheses. Yeah, it's just it's not even a judge I've ever seen before. I can't even really see him. Um, but this defense attorney says they say after a long, long thing, the last thing he says in defense of his guy. They say this is a drug case. I don't consider this a drug case. He wasn't using. He wasn't dealing or selling it. He was. It was just delivery.
Okay, I can see that logic. This is not a murder case. He only pulled the trigger.
Yeah, there you go. He only gave the guy the gun to use. I don't know.
Hmm.
But that is the most insane defense attorney thing to say. Like, defense attorneys think that, all dealers and rapists and murderers are great guys and should be let out.
I
Move
suspect.
in, take your
Mm,
teaching role.
I suspect that was more sort of a Hail Mary type. I've got to say something to show I've given a
No.
defence.
I've seen more court cases than most people, and every defense attorney will say, "Look, he's a good man. He just raped that girl. 3
Yeah, moment of
times.
weakness,
Yeah.
mental aberration. The sun was too bright. Yeah, I mean, trouble is they've got to do that because it's their job.
It's a no.
I mean, it's not a
No.
nice job to do
Stop
in many
saying they're
respects.
good people. Stop saying he's a good father when he's a heroin dealer. Hey, he's been arrested more times than anybody else I've seen. This is a guy named Johnson. This dude. He's Judge Simpson and the other judges in his district know this guy. Like they know him because every week he's in jail for something: armed robbery, bank robbery, um, assault and battery, domestic violence,
How come he's out long enough to
heroin
do any of
dealing.
these?
Because of the other one, he gets arrested a lot for witness intimidation.
Right.
Nobody will testify against him. He's a bully.
Okay.
But he's the only parent to his 4-year-old daughter because the mother got killed. I wonder why the mother got killed. Maybe because she was living with a drug dealer.
There's a good supposition that might be the case.
Or
But
was he that did it? Who knows? But now the kid's got one parent, and he's a drug dealing bully that is constantly arrested. I think there's a son now too. They had another one.
right,
But
well, with that they'll be taken into care and get some proper
nope.
parenting.
And he is suing the prosecutor for malicious prosecution.
What, for telling the truth?
You know, they keep trying to prosecute him for stuff. Yeah.
Mm.
While he's in jail awaiting his trial, he's contacting the victim constantly, 17 times a day, because it's the girl. And the girl, he's saying how he's going to go after the DA. He's going to clap her ass when he gets out. We should be able to fight. I mean, physically fight DAs. So they got him on, threatening DA.
Mike says, "Did you see the one judge that got?" I did see that. Didn't
What?
the guy
Sorry,
who did it get 18 months?
You're breaking up. The
Oh.
what?
A defendant leapt at the bench and attacked a judge.
Oh, I've seen plenty of those. Yeah.
Yeah. Female judge, not that particularly makes any difference.
Was it a female
And
defendant or a male? Because I've seen both.
male defendant.
Okay, yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
I was fairly amazed they actually let him get that close.
Yeah, sometimes they're not thinking, really.
Yeah. And I believe I saw recently he got 18 months for that.
I've seen a lot also spit on the judge or their attorney or throw waste material on their attorney. That's defense attorney. I don't give a fuck. He deserves it for being a defense attorney. Sorry, OPT. OPT and I, let me just tell you, OPT and I had a great relationship. He understood why I don't like defense attorneys. He wasn't a defense attorney anymore, but we talked about it. We talked about my issues with them, and he understood, just so you know. Because he's a dear friend of mine. I don't want you to think I'm dissing him because I loved him dearly. And I still do.
Yeah. K-Rab says he got 19 to 48 months for the original charges, and he has now got 13 new charges from the attack.
Yeah. You know what? I can't stand prosecutors now. They're almost as bad as defense attorneys because they're not prosecuting. I've seen people get arrested for DUI, which is just a traffic ticket. I know. But then they assault. I don't mean they just resist arrest. They assault the cops. Like, one got punched in the eye. One got hurt. Her arm got fucked up. And she had to get stitches, I think. And yet, they dismiss those charges of battery on a Leo.
The one thing I do, maybe it's just the nature of the videos that do get uploaded and stuff like that, but I do seem to see a lot of plea deals being done.
Oh, yeah.
And as you say,
Well, it saves money.
Yeah, well, yeah, basically, plead guilty to this lesser offence and we'll drop these other charges.
Yep.
And I was thinking, why?
This is why they
I mean,
keep doing it.
apart from the costs and the speed of the trial.
That's all.
I mean,
That's the only reason.
there's one recently where the plea deal, if he, it was he was going to get 25 years. That is from the plea deal.
Oh yeah, but he wanted to
Uh,
go to trial, right? Because
well,
is that
no,
the guy that was looking at 2 life sentences? He was offered 25 years, but then just
yeah.
decided that his lawyer was working with the prosecutor, so he wants to defend himself, but he doesn't know how to read or write.
I'm not sure.
Black guy,
Yeah,
big black guy,
the guy was, yeah, it was all over
black
the
and white
place.
stripe.
I've seen so many of these things; they're all
Uh,
sort of running into one another, and who
like
says
he
what about
says
what.
in the colloquy he has to do with the judge. He says the judge asks him, "How far have you gotten in school?" He said, "I dropped out ninth grade."
Yeah,
He's
I
like,
saw that
"Can you
one. He
read or
said,
write?"
"Yeah, I'll
And
learn."
the guy says, "No, I have a problem with spelling and stuff." And he's like, "Well, you go to trial Monday. You got to pick a jury, and you can't
Yeah,
read or write. You got to do everything yourself." He's like, "I'll learn." In
yeah,
9 years, you couldn't learn. You're gonna
yeah.
learn
I
in a weekend.
I
Yeah,
think
right.
this was a different one, but yeah,
Okay. But I mean, they're dumb. And there's a new, like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm seeing that a lot these days. Idiots, really. The
mm,
dumbest of society. Thinking, I've seen a couple of YouTube videos. There's a guy in the joint that says, I can beat this. I'm going to represent myself. I could do better than a lawyer.
yeah,
What? I read a book. You don't need to
yeah,
go to school for this. Oh, Jesus. What
yeah.
is wrong with them?
High up and out.
Hi up and out, honey. I just don't understand the whole mentality people have these days. Like, if you needed stitches, would you do it yourself? Like, if you could see your bone protruding from your leg, would you set it yourself? No. Why do you think law is that easy?
Yeah,
It's always the dumbest of the people too.
generally yes.
I don't get it,
Oh,
guys. I don't get it.
what was that one I was thinking of? Heck, it's flitted into my mind twice and flitted out again twice. Never mind.
That's why they have multiple
Ooh,
what?
DUIs. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
because
like you need three,
no,
four, like unless you're on your fourth and up, you get no jail time, and that's disgusting to me. We need to call our congressmen, our legislators, and say this is not okay. It shouldn't be a civil traffic ticket. People are out there killing people. I have brain damage because of the number of drunk drivers that have hit me. It's not okay.
no,
And because they get off with these stupid plea deals that mean no jail time or anything, maybe 6 months of probation, they do it again and again. And they're going to do it again and again anyway. People who drink and drive always do it again. Always,
yeah,
always,
they do
always do
tend
it
to.
again. Now they're on YouTube showing each other how to fake out the interlock with a balloon or something like that because you can't have your kids do it anymore because you're going to. But now in a lot of states, they're giving with the interlock thing to blow in. You get a camera that you have to be in front of when you do it, show that it's you.
Right. Yeah.
It's gross.
It'll only be a matter of days or weeks before
Before they
somebody
figure
holds
it
up a
out.
photograph of
Yep.
themselves in front of the camera, get it in frame, and somebody will provide some
Yeah.
kind of cage thing that will hold it at exactly the right focal point, distance, and
Or,
all that
they'll
malarkey.
upload a video of them doing it when they're sober to show over and over. I don't know.
Mm.
But the thing
Yeah.
is, the criminal mentality has been romanticized too much. Thug life,
Yeah.
um, hardcore street life, bullshit. Even prison life has been romanticized to the point where it's cool. It's like this is okay. It's not. We gotta stop that because I'm telling you, I have no hope for the future. I don't.
Mm.
I see,
And
because I see people raising bad kids. I sound like my grandfather. Jeez.
Did he have a high pitched voice as well?
I don't have a high pitched voice. I have a very low voice for a girl.
Precisely. I rest my case.
I don't get it.
Well, your grandfather wasn't a girl.
Right, but I don't have a high pitched voice. I think, don't I have a low
You have a
voice?
high pitched voice for a grandfather.
But what I'm saying is, my voice is low, isn't it? It's a low pitch, no?
Yes,
Is it?
especially when you deliberately lower it, like you just did.
When I said my voice, yeah, I did lower it. My voice. But
Yeah.
no, like normally, it's not a low voice. I thought it was. I'm honestly asking.
It for a female, it is on the lower scale of things.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, well, my grandfather had a pretty low voice until his throat cancer. Once they
Right.
got it out, they nicked the voice box. He was lucky to have a voice afterwards, and it was a little bit higher pitch.
Right. Okay.
It didn't sound like himself anymore, but
Mhm.
I mean, he was blessed to have a voice. Most of the times, you have that thing, nothing.
Oh, right. The electric razor you put against your.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we were
Yeah.
very,
It's,
very lucky not to have to deal with that.
yeah. The sister of a friend's sister's, basically long project. Yeah, he had that after having throat cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of times that's what happens because the
Yeah.
voice box is very hard to get around. It usually attaches
Mhm.
right to it.
Hi, Skibo.
Hi, Skibo. How are you,
Going back
hon?
to your Thug Life thing, Sean says Tupac had Thug Life tattooed on him, and
I remember that.
now he
What? You went bye bye. Where are you?
who?
You. Now he click. You're gone. Now you what? You didn't finish your sentence.
Now he's dead.
Yeah, and that's what happens to most thug life people,
Yeah.
gangbangers and shit. But gangbanging has become so cool. White kids do it or think they do it, and they want to be a part of it. You know, you've seen those kids who don't realize they're white. Come on. Um, I saw a mayor's daughter get arrested for DUI, and she was wilding out, and I did not realize she was white. The way she was speaking, and she was trying to be something. I don't know. And she's a mayor's daughter. You think that's gonna look good for your dad? You're going. She was hitting and kicking the cops. She was screaming at them.
Well, the thing is, when you're young, you don't think about your parents' career or stuff like that. You might think, oh yeah,
Nah, I don't believe
if
that.
in a
I
a
don't believe that.
moment of contemplation, you might think,
No.
oh, this might disappoint them, but you don't think if I do this, I'm going to flush my parents' career down the toilet.
I'm sorry. I've seen too many kids who were raised right. Obama's daughters were perfect angels when he was president. And that's hard. The whole world is looking at you.
Mhm.
Uh, Clinton's daughter was pretty decent, if I remember. Um,
That's a minor
and
miracle.
shut up. You've got all these kids, JFK's kids. These people are raised right, and all the mayors and stuff. Nowadays, though, kids are so entitled to everything that you get a kid with a parent in power a little bit, and they're like, "What? I don't have to listen to anybody,
Yeah.
including their
It's-
parents." I'm sure her parents did not raise her that way, you know, but she
You
thinks
never
she's
know.
cool. They could have spoiled her, but I was spoiled, and I'm not like that.
Mhm.
Don't say it. I was for
Well,
a little while, though, I think.
right. Well, Up and Outs reckons that you've got a sultry voice,
Oh, thank you.
and Taipan, going with you being a bitch theme, says it sounds husky.
husky? Okay then.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know how to take that. How would you take that?
I would say it was meant as a compliment. I was just twisting it
Okay,
because a husky is, of course, a type of dog.
I know. Cute dogs. I'll take it.
They are.
And they're very
Carab,
vocal.
yes, they can be. Carab said Bush's daughters got in trouble as soon as they left college.
Did they really? I would have thought a Bush daughter. Wait a minute.
Which one?
Wasn't his wife part of the PMRC? Like they were very no bad lyrics and shit. If you're talking about the first Bush, second one I would think is just as bad.
I'd
Tipper
imagine it was
Gore
the Bush the
and
younger.
the first Bush's wife started the PMRC. Barbara
Um,
Bush, that's her name. She's a
PMRC
nice
being
lady.
what?
Parents Musical Resource something.
Right,
They're the ones who put those explicit lyrics stickers on
right, okay.
albums and got
That,
Walmart to not carry certain people.
that's really
Brought
handy.
up
So kid,
Remember Judas Priest was talking to Congress and Twisted Sister and all them people.
no.
Yeah, it was all about that.
Well, it's a handy label so kids know which records to buy.
Exactly. But it made it harder for kids to buy them
Right.
after a while. Yeah.
Yeah, and Carab confirms it's Bush Junior's kids.
He was the weaker
And
of the two. He really was.
yeah, Sean says Al Gore's wife.
Yeah, Tipper Gore. She was a. Barbara seemed like a nice lady, but she was, Nancy Reagan was a. Well, first she was a walking skeleton. First of all, second of all, the Just Say No campaign. Wow, that helped. Just say no to drugs. Really?
Well, yes.
There.
That's the easiest thing. Yeah, basically, if you just said no, there would be no drug problem. So,
Hey, I wish I had
hmm,
sorta. But you gotta. Here's what I think. Instead of just say no, it should have been provide kids with something to do in their spare time. Skate parks, roller
oh,
rinks,
phew.
arcades,
For
places
a
to
mo-
go.
for a moment, then I thought you were going to say, yeah, provide kids with spoons and
Oh, fuck you.
sorry.
No. Like, if a bunch of kids are bored, they're gonna get up to all kinds of no good.
Yeah,
If you don't have parks and you know, I had a boys and girls club right down the street from me. I never went into it, um, but it was on the edge of that park that I told you about across the street from where I grew
okay.
up.
Where the cricket pitch was, yeah.
Yeah, the cricket pitch, the baseball diamond, swings, and it was a good sized neighborhood park. You know, um, it was the only green that the kids in the projects across the street from it ever saw. They don't have
Hmm.
a lawn, a yard. I had a backyard, so I usually played in mine or with the kids on my street. It's like it's just if you don't have something to do,
Yeah.
you're gonna find an abandoned building and make all kinds of bad decisions in it. Not saying I've ever done that because I had a car, but
Well, yeah, before I
yeah.
had any form of motorized transportation,
Hmm.
well, one used to walk to school, and next to the school there's a big playing field with a football pitch on it.
Yeah.
So used to meet friends there. If I went the other way, it was when I actually sort of look back at it, it's actually a fairly long walk through field, well, through
Oh,
along
you
the edge of,
told me about that. It was a lot longer than you thought, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
to a little streamlet
Extreme,
river.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, with a little sort of
He tried to
bridge.
walk it recently, guys, and he's like, "Oh Jesus, I should have driven.
Yeah.
Oh, how did I ever walk here?"
Yeah, I
What?
think as a child, it's a case of, oh, let's go down to the River Rife. Okay, and we were there.
Yeah.
I mean, the in between bit just didn't happen.
Because you forget that in it you're
Yeah,
talking, you're skipping rocks, you're doing
yeah,
whatever and
exactly.
playing.
Yeah,
When you're walking it as an adult, you're like, oh god, my back hurts.
yeah.
The fuck? I'm out of breath. Where
And
am I?
it wasn't a case of, well, yes, it was a kind of a case of that. But yeah, having walked to where the turn off to it was, I thought, okay, this is the
It's a
right
bit longer
place.
than I
Walk through here.
remember, but
Yep,
okay.
okay. I mean, there's a couple more houses and there's private signs up, but this is a public right of way. I'm sure
Yeah.
it's a public right of way. Then you see a footpath sign, public footpath. I think, okay, obviously it is right of way. That's okay. I can be here. Good. Continued. Then you get to a corner of a field and you look along the
Where
line
does
of the
that
field
field come from?
and you think, that's quite a long way.
Where
And
did
not
it
only
come
that,
from? I don't
it's
remember
just
this
as long.
field.
It's just as long the other way. So if I walk there, I've got to walk back.
Yep.
It's the, nope,
Nope.
not today.
Quitting now. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's weird how like you forget about the walking area part of it, and like, wait
Yeah.
a minute, I don't remember this field or that one. Oh
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm just glad I did that because a few years back I went for a meandering walk, which I don't know how far it was. Probably about what Captain Cactus does.
Okay, that's a lot.
About sort of 7 or 8 miles. And I suddenly thought, oh God, now I've got to walk home.
Yes, that's why I never did it. Or
Yeah.
bike riding.
Oh,
I'd be like,
that
wait a
was.
minute, I've got to go back. I'm gonna
Yeah.
stop now. No way.
Yes.
I was smarter.
And walking back, walking
It's
past a little
worse because you're tired at that point.
yeah, walking past a little bench seat, and thinking, oh, I could really do with sitting down now.
But
But
then I won't get
thinking,
up.
if I sit down, I'm never going to get back up again.
Nope.
Keep going.
Doing it.
Oh,
Nope.
hey,
Yeah,
hey,
you gotta do
Jennifer.
the reverse. Hey, baby.
Apparently you just got home. So I'm glad you can make. Yes, we're glad that you can make it too, Jennifer. Good to see you.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah,
Yeah, K-Rab. When I did it as a child, I was away from home from a long time, but parents weren't worried. Nowadays, kids don't get to wander that far. Yeah, certainly not without there being parental supervision or some form of supervision on them. No, they don't. In some respects, I think we're trying to overprotect children, but then again, I can see the point considering some of the things that happen. It's not easy. It's a very fine line to draw.
I just I don't even remember what it felt like to have that much energy.
Taipan apparently thinks I was an extra in the TV series The Prisoner because he sees he could see me in a top hat riding a penny farthing through the village.
Riding a
And
what?
if any of you know what that means, thumbs up.
I
And
don't understand.
Jason says 7 miles. I remember doing that every time he got kicked off the bus from school.
I got
There.
driven to school.
Right. About 30 or 40 years ago, there was a TV series called The Prisoner,
I know what the
starring
prisoner is.
written and starring a guy called Patrick McGowan.
Yep, we know what the prisoner is.
And the logo they had was a penny farthing, and it was in the village.
I don't know what a penny farthing is.
It's the old bicycle with a very large front wheel, very small rear wheel,
Well, stupid.
and you sit up
Say
and pedal the.
bicycle.
Yeah.
Penny farthing. Nobody cares. Nobody rode those for real.
Sadly, they did.
No, they did not. A few posh bitches rode them, and they said, "Oh no, falling is painful."
No. The posh bitches had valets to push them.
Yeah, they're stupid.
Uh,
Why the hell was the? I don't get it.
Up and out reckon they were cool bikes.
They were not. Might as well ride a unicycle.
I'd imagine, like a lot of the original bikes, they were quite painful, since I don't think they had pneumatic tyres and no form of suspension.
Yeah. And they look stupid.
Mm, yeah, it
Why
didn't
was
look the most
the
obvious.
wheel so damn big? I don't get it.
I think it's to do with gear ratios and
Do they
stuff like
not
that.
understand gear ratios?
Well, I don't think it actually had. I don't know what gearing it had,
Because
so it
you
was
know,
actually to
all you gotta do is
enable it
use
to.
different cogs,
Yeah.
and you put it
Um.
all in the pedal.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what that mechanism was like on them, but I assume it was
It's
for
stupid.
ease of traveling. I don't know.
How is that? Oh god, doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. And
Not
then
many things do.
you gotta climb onto it. Nope, that's a
Yeah.
walk.
Nobody said it was actually a good idea, but
No, it
they
wasn't.
were they were used.
Then we had the bicycle bill for two
Yes.
and three and four and stupid.
Yeah, just get silly.
Any more
Um.
than three people, it
Yeah.
is silly. Cause I'd be the one in the back, not doing a fucking thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But if you're on a two-person bike, they can tell. The third, that's a sweet spot. I'll sit back. I don't mind.
Yeah, for the penny farthing, that a couple of people, K-Rab, Jason, and Taipan, all saying it's effectively direct um,
Yeah, one for one.
input from the pedals to the
Yeah,
wheel, so it's a
yeah,
mechanical advantage and all that
yeah.
stuff.
I get it. I just don't understand why. I mean, gear ratios are not that hard to understand for that
Yeah,
era either. Like, it's not like, oh, we just discovered them. No, we've had them. Da Vinci used them.
yeah.
You know.
I suspect it was just
I think it
um,
was British people being kind of weird.
yeah. I don't know. I mean,
Because they're higher up the seats and they want to look down on people. That's just a British thing.
well, we do anyway, naturally.
Yes. That's why your nose is. Look, no, I'm kidding. Ah! I'm not one to talk
Uh,
about a nose.
hmm.
I'm Italian.
What do all wise men overlook?
Mm.
Their noses.
Yeah. Speaking of which, the 6th was the Feast of the Epiphany. So I want to know who has their Christmas trees down already. Hands up if you're taking it down in your Christmas decoration. Because I was always told you can leave it up to Little Christmas, which is the Feast of the Epiphany, January
Um,
6th. And the Feast of the Epiphany, so you don't have to ask, is the day the wise men got to Bethlehem.
um, to change the subject back slightly a bit,
No.
you're going to freak out at this a little bit, maybe.
What?
Taipan says 3 on a bike reminds me of the goodies.
You plan that.
I did not plan that. The reason I did that, Taipan, is we were talking
When
earlier
we're doing the
and
thumbnail. You tell
looking
them
for
that. I gotta
fonts.
pee.
Yeah, strange enough, yeah, go figure. AMG was looking for a font to use for the thumbnail. And one of the fonts she came up with reminded me of the fonts that the goodies used for saying the goodies. And I just mentioned that and then had to explain briefly about who the goodies were and never heard of them. And you saying the goodies just there sort of made me smile a lot. So thank you. It's nice to know that they haven't been completely forgotten, even if they were a bit strange at times. Um, I didn't put a Christmas tree up either, Jennifer, so you're in good company. I don't know whether she did or she didn't up and out. I suspect, I think she might have done, or certainly would have wanted to have done. Um, I know fish finger sandwich got mentioned at some stage, but that could have been something else entirely. So I could well be mistaken on that. And obviously, the delayed effect of talking about drinking 20 bottles of non-alcoholic beer have got to her. So you hear her singing in the background. Are we done yet? Yep. Welcome
Hello.
back.
Hi.
Up and Out was wondering, did you have an epiphany fish feast?
No, I did not.
Ah, sorry to hear that.
I don't remember if I ate anything at all. I might have fasted.
Hmm.
Not
I
on purpose.
I know we mentioned fish finger sandwiches, but that was in relation to something else, wasn't
Wait,
it?
when was the 6th? Sunday?
Uh,
I had the fish on
ask me.
Monday.
I don't know. Right.
But I think 6 was a Sunday?
The 6th was a Saturday.
Fuck if I know. I had the fish on the
Yeah.
Monday, though, because that's when
Right.
Brandy was here.
Uh-huh.
It smells like somebody was smoking in my bathroom. Isn't that weird?
Was that you?
No.
Mhm.
Doesn't smell as bleachy as usual either.
Right.
So, it's
Yeah.
been. Oh, has anybody said whether their tree is down?
Um, Jennifer, much like me, didn't put a tree up, so
Okay.
their tree is. So Jennifer has the tree is down for Jennifer. So
Yeah. What about K Rab?
thumbs up, Jennifer. Well done. And no one else has admitted to tree up, tree down.
Well, mine is still up because I couldn't give it up yet.
Mm-hmm.
However, there's a sign on my front door, my only door, actually, to the outside. It's a decoration for Christmas, but it's just a simple wooden sign that has something about the Christmas spirit, keeping it all year through. So
Uh-huh.
I keep my decorations up all year.
Mm. I was thinking of putting a Santa Free Zone sign on my front door.
Then you get no presents.
K-Rab joins the triumvirate of me and Jennifer
They didn't put one
in.
up.
Didn't put one up. And
Really?
Cajun says their tree was taken down last weekend.
Last
And
weekend?
Mindy Williams says her tree came down about 2 days after Christmas.
Oh my gosh, you guys are good. We never took ours down before the 6th, but usually on the 6th we'd take, or the 7th we'd take it down. And yeah, I feel weird after being in that. I think my caregiver's smoking something in my bathroom because I feel weird now. Anywho, my tree, however, is pink and white. I think I can pull it off for Valentine's Day. What do you guys think? Easter's pushing it, but I think Valentine's Day.
I don't know. Attach a couple of hot cross buns to it. You get away with it.
What?
Do you have hot cross buns?
No. For what?
Easter.
Oh, I see what you're saying. No, that's British. That's not us.
Uh-huh.
I've heard of them, though. However, I could put an Easter bonnet as a topper.
Or little mini eggs as decorations.
Yeah. Or eggs, period. It's a tree. Eggs would be mini enough. We used to do eggs where you poke a hole in the top and the bottom, blow out the stuff inside.
Right. Did you have to get your grandmother to do it?
Why? We use a skewer, a metal skewer.
The old saying, don't teach your grandmother how to suck eggs? No?
No.
Never mind.
My auntie taught me, and we'd
Uh-huh.
make Easter trees. We'd get some branches that had fallen outside, put them in a big vase, and we'd hang the eggs off of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's very pretty.
Eh, never really did much for Easter.
Well, you
Yeah,
aren't Catholic, so
yeah.
or religious at
Um,
all,
I mean,
or even human.
the closest thing I've done to Easter is had a couple of caramel cream eggs,
But you don't
and
deserve them if you don't do everything else.
I think I can't remember when it was about 4 or 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. I stopped off at a baker once,
Had
and
a hot cross bun?
no, was it a Simnel cake?
A what?
I think it's some
Easter
form
bread
of bread or biscuit that's done for
for Easter?
Easter,
Yeah. There's a
and
lot of
it was
things.
bloody awful.
There are king cakes that's down in Louisiana. That's for Mardi Gras,
Yeah,
which happens at Easter.
yeah. I forget what was. I think they do something horrible like put cardamom in them.
What? Not the king cakes? No.
No, the
Oh,
Simnel
the
cake.
cake that you
Or,
had? Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You should
But
have
yeah.
Easter bread. It's lovely. It's a
Mm,
sweet bread,
uh-huh.
and
That
it's
might be
usually like
nice.
braided or something, and some have raisins, some don't.
Um,
Um,
Apparently, Mindy's tree coming down 2 days after Christmas was due to young Cameron pulling bulbs off the tree.
oh no, Cameron,
Hmm.
no, honey. They're
And
pretty around the tree.
K-Rab says years ago they left their tree up for over a year, just too busy and in too much pain to take it down.
I love it.
Mhm.
Uh, uh, yeah. Mine's gonna be super easy because I put no ornaments on it this year because I can't
Mhm.
see them. It's only lights. And I added the pink strand, so just take that off. And it's a pre-lit tree, so the lights stay on it. So all
Right.
the white lights just get folded up with the tree, or taken apart with the tree.
Well, that's quite handy.
And I'll throw the pink lights in the box that the tree goes
Yeah. Well, I know at least one of my neighbours has taken their tree down
in. Yeah.
because it was just sort of thrown down by the side of the grass.
Yeah, that's always so sad to see because after Christmas, back when I was a kid, everybody used real trees
Mm.
in our neighborhood, especially. And so after Christmas, you'd see them all next to the garbage cans waiting to be picked up. Because
Yeah.
it's really cool. And where I lived, for a certain number of days, the garbage men would take up trees. That was
Right.
really, really nice of them to do.
Yeah. So I
Just,
wouldn't have minded if this was actually by the rubbish bins.
oh, was it?
Um, no, it was about 10 or 15 foot away. There's a sort of roadway in to a
Uh huh.
parking compound ish, and the bins are on one side of that, and this was on the other side of the roadway.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
That's
so I thought, oh Christ,
inconsiderate.
somebody. Yeah, I wasn't overly impressed by that.
Is it still there? Has somebody picked it up? Or
No, it's gone now, I believe.
maybe they just put it there until they could haul it off.
God knows.
But yeah, I was very happy that the garbage men did that.
Hmm.
I don't know. In some places, there's like I don't know because we don't have that, but um, there's once a month or once a quarter, they'll have a certain day where you could bring big things out and like mattresses and such, and the
Right.
garbage men will pick it up. Do you guys have that?
No, I think you actually have to either contract with the council to have it picked up or take
Bring
it
it
to the
yourself.
dump yourself.
What about anybody in chat? Cause like I don't know if HOAs do it, but there are neighborhoods that will do that.
Okay, bye, Mindy. I hope you're
Hi,
managing to
Mindy.
charge your iPad,
Say hi to Cameron.
even if it has been naughty and pulling all the lights off the tree.
But yeah.
Up and Out reckons to know how to properly decorate Christmas trees, watch the video Christmas for Metalheads.
Oh God.
I have my doubts on the
Yeah.
veracity of that Up and Out, to be brutally honest, I'm afraid.
But
It might be amusing, but
yeah. I think of the seasons and the holidays, Christmas is my favorite for decorations. Um, I don't. I don't know what comes in second. I like Thanksgiving because I have those different colored pumpkins I can put around. I love pumpkins. I don't know why, but I love pumpkins. The look of them. I don't like carving into them anymore though.
Right. Oh,
Um,
did you see that somebody's suing Hershey's for $5 million?
no, I did not. What's going on?
Well, apparently, um, it's not just these, but other Hershey sweets as well. They do some Halloween specific things like
Yeah.
bats with little
Mhm.
faces,
Yeah.
pumpkins with the face,
Yeah.
ghosts with the eyes and the mouth.
Yeah.
That's on the packaging. The actual chocolate itself
Has
doesn't
none.
have
No.
anything
I
there.
know.
So the ghost
It's
just
just
looks
a
like a
shape.
white amorphous blob.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand her thinking, yeah, this is not as advertised. But I mean, if it was me, I'd think, yeah, I'm really disappointed. You know what?
She's
I'm not going to
suing
buy
them for
this again.
that.
Yeah, they're suing for 5 million.
For what?
Effectively, false
False
representation.
advertising?
Yeah,
You're kidding me. People are too
yeah.
precious.
I mean, I think she's got a case, but
No,
I
she doesn't.
really, as I say, yeah,
No, she
I would
doesn't.
be disappointed, but not 5 million's worth.
She'll get $1 if anything.
Yeah,
It's stupid. If
yeah,
it goes to jury trial, people might be so sick of everything that they might give her something.
yeah.
But I
Well,
doubt
as
it.
I say, I think she has a valid case, but
No, she
um,
doesn't. Do you know what it'd be ridiculous to think that it's anything but the shape, unless they showed that there was candy on it, candy eyes and stuff like that in the commercials. Anything else, it's the shape of it. That's all it
hmm.
is.
Well, the trouble is, even the shapes aren't that good
Yeah, they
close
are.
to what they're shown
They're
on the outside.
the
No, they're
pumpkins
not.
look like pumpkins. The bat, I've eaten them.
The bat doesn't really look like a bat, and the ghost
Yeah, it
just
does.
looks like a wibbly wobbly, ridiculous thing.
I've never seen the ghost personally, but
Yeah, you
it's
probably have and just sort of recognised it as one because it
no, because
just doesn't look
I've
like one.
never seen a white Hershey's.
Right.
You know, like a Hershey bar or Hershey like what?
I don't know. I've
Is
never
a
had one
Reese's
because
peanut butter cup? Because I've never seen Hershey's in those shapes.
right.
I've seen Reese's peanut butter cups in those shapes.
Okay. Good night, K-Rab. Take care.
Nice, sweetie. But yeah, and it's stupid. People are just looking for easy money.
I well, as I say, I mean, I would have been
Ridiculous.
disappointed, and I would have taken my disappointment out by not buying
Not buying it
any.
again. That's a sensible
Yeah,
person. But
yeah,
if you're a piece of dirt always suing to try to get money, I've seen people. There's this one guy I saw who goes to small claims court anytime he's mistakenly overcharged for something because of the scanning thing. It
yeah,
happened to him once, and he found out by mistake that if you are, you get up to $5 over, like as a bonus, right? It's not a
yeah.
bonus really, but he called it a bonus. They didn't give it to him, so he took them to court for $2,500 or something like stupid like that. Because if they don't give it to you, you can and the judge is like, no, they didn't do it with intent to overcharge you. It was a mistake, and you can't do that. This guy has done it 8 different times to get these small victories because he's
Right.
a little man and he's looking for easy money, and most companies just pay him to
Yeah,
get
just
the
basically
nuisance.
use and value. Yeah.
But he's been taking people to court over this. And they charged him, I think, 30 cents over and gave it to him right on the spot. But when he demanded $5 extra, the guy's like, "No, I'm not giving you $5 for that." And he's like, "Okay, I'm taking you to court." Nobody took him seriously until he took him to court, and nobody showed up. So
Oh, God.
the
Yeah.
judge is like, "No, I'm not going to default give you this
Wow, that's
because
different.
it's
I thought he'd have won by
ridiculous."
default
Not what
because
he could have, but the judge looked at the case. He's like, "All right, before I give you default judgment, tell me your story. And the story was stupid.
Right.
It was guitar strings. And they overcharged him for like 30 cents. And he never even got out of the store. The moment he looked at his receipt and saw it, because I think he plans these things out, because he only buys things on sale and he hopes they do it. He looked immediately at the receipt, saw they overcharged him, took the money back, and then said, "Give me the $5."
Yeah,
What a piece of
it's
shit.
not going to be
No,
well, really, is it?
nothing better to do, person.
Mm.
I hate that. Because it's not. And the judge said you have to prove they tried to defraud you.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, no, no. He's arguing with the judge. He wanted that money. He was couching
Yeah,
that
trouble
money.
is, a lot of these things, the intent is pretty key
Yeah.
to something.
And they
I mean,
did
like,
not intend to defraud him.
yeah, it's like the definition of theft is the deliberate intent to deprive something of an item
Right.
permanently.
That bitch was smoking something in my bathroom, I'm telling you.
As Up and Out says, I mean, yeah, I can see the point, and I totally agree with you, but not doing Facebook is not something I would do. These are just the complaints you'd leave on the company's Facebook page and leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
They got to get their scanners right or something like that. But 30 cents in total?
Yeah.
And you never even left the store. Besides 30 cents, I wouldn't even bother. 30 bucks, yeah. $3, yeah. But 30 cents? Price of doing business. Crazy.
I mean, I've been in a shop, pay for something with cash, and just about to turn away after I've got my change, and I thought, hang on, did I give him a £20 note or a £10 note?
Yeah,
I
that
thought
is something.
I thought I gave him a 20. So
And
I
you
sort of
did.
turned back and said, didn't I give you a 20? And I think 9 times out of 10 they've said, they've opened the till up and said, no, you just gave us a 10. Once they've actually said, oh, sorry, yes, you're right, you
I've
did.
had that. Yeah.
Apologies. And they've
And they didn't
come up
mean
with
to. It
No,
happens. I've been the cashier.
Yeah.
It happens.
yeah.
And any cashier who's been doing it for more than 5 minutes leaves the bill out until they've given the change, so they know.
And I've been given too much change in the past, and generally
Mhm.
speaking, I've
Give it
said,
back.
you've given me too much.
Because he's a very honest man, this guy. Like,
I
to
try
a
and be.
fault sometimes.
I do try and be.
Well, you are. And I've said
I
that
don't
before.
necessarily believe in karma, although I would like to think the Western version of it does exist. I just think, do the right thing.
Yeah, do unto to others as
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, treat others as
the
you'd like to be
golden
treated
rule,
yourself.
whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So, does anybody have anything interesting to say before we cut this one short?
We can go for the jokes again, or
Oh, right. Can't do the outro though, can I? Can I?
I don't know. Maybe you can.
Because of the thing.
Sorry?
Because of what's going on. Jason
I-
said maybe it'd be better if we didn't put up the tipping and the Patreon thing.
Oh, right, yes. Mhm. And Up and Out says,
Little-
puns.
I will. I don't know what I'm gonna do. We're not gonna put the tipping thing up. You could do the thanks for watching a couple times.
So we'll just have AMG whistle for you for a minute whilst you think of your jokes.
Do 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 do. We could play White Christmas.
Well, that's been 20 minutes at least by my reckoning, subjectively. So
Oh, you're mean.
I am. I almost bought a book for this a couple of days ago.
Puns?
No, not puns
Dad jokes?
necessarily.
Bad joke?
There was a dad jokes book by it, but there was
Mm,
a joke book by a pretty funny stand-up comedian who does one-liners. A guy
I
called
lo-
Norton
oh,
Jones.
I don't know, but
Mhm.
I do know that I think I could beat just about everybody in that carrot game.
Oh, you watched it, did you?
Hmm.
Yeah. It's, um, the the first one was possibly even better. The one that he played the clip from.
Mm.
It's
Yeah, that's good. I
absolutely
think I could
hilarious.
beat y'all.
Mm.
And what we're talking about is on a British panel show, they have an occasional is there a
It,
carrot
just
game.
an absolute Mickey
Two
tape
people,
thing. Yeah.
yeah, two people get a box, right? There's a carrot
Yep.
in one of the people's boxes.
Yep.
One person gets to look, and then you have to bluff the other to end up with the no carrot box.
Yeah.
So if you look in your box and there's a carrot, you have to say something like, "I want to trade boxes."
Oh, the other part of it is the person who
You gotta
looks.
bluff.
Um, he can persuade
Yeah, you
the
have to
per,
persuade the other
yeah,
person.
the person who doesn't look gets to choose which box they
Yeah,
want to keep, his box or
yeah.
swap.
You can't. Yeah, so you could say, "I want to trade boxes," or whatever you have to do to make. Like if you don't have the carrot in your box, you want the box with the carrot. You've got to make the other guy give it to you, and
Yeah,
he's the guy who chooses if you switch or not.
yeah.
So you're like, "Oh shit." If you have the carrot, say you have the carrot, so you want to keep that box. You're like, "Oh, yeah, I want to trade
Mm.
boxes, please." Like, just make him think that you really don't want this box. And I think I could pull it off every time.
Yeah. I can be fairly good keeping a straight face and bluffing and stuff like that. But um,
I have a poker face when I want it.
yeah, the as far as I'm aware, they've done this thing 3 times in I don't know how many
Has
years of the
he
TV
ever
program.
lost, the guy?
Um, the first two, the competitors are a comedian who's now dead, Sean Locke,
Oh, I'm sorry.
and a guy called John Richards or John Richardson,
Yeah,
who's
the younger one, right? The
yeah, has
dark
got
hair. Yeah.
he's a bit OCD.
Mm. Well, he keeps losing.
Yeah, and Sean Locke has always won because he's always
He's
done
very good.
beautiful bluffs
He's a
on it.
very good
It's
bluffer.
absolutely fucking hilarious. And
I'm
John
sorry to hear
Richardson
he's
get
dead.
really wound up by it.
Yeah, he just knocked it off the table at the last
Yeah,
one.
it was
So who
hilarious.
did it the third time?
It's oh god, instead of Sean Locke, it was I can't remember.
It should have been the host. That would have been good.
Jimmy Carr.
Yeah, he's funny. It's
He
his
is
show.
quite funny. Yes.
Yeah. I
I,
think he
I
could bluff. He probably could because he has a very weird, almost Asperger's face.
hmm,
Like as far as no affect.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just insulting everybody today. Does anybody
Right.
have a joke yet, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Would you like me to read it out?
I would love for you to read it out because I can't.
Right. Well, it starts off with an apology, which is never a good start for a joke.
Oh boy.
But it's an apology. Apologies if you said this one already. So, what has
Who is
15
saying it?
actors, 3 settings, 2 writers, and 1 plot line?
15 actors, 2 settings. What?
3 settings.
Wait. First of all, who's saying this?
Cajanese.
All right, you haven't said this one before. Say it again.
What has 15 actors,
15 actors,
3 settings,
3 sets,
2 writers,
2
and 1
writers,
plot line?
1 plot line. Ooh. I don't know
642 Hallmark movies.
what. It's true. That's true. I was gonna go the other way and say like Star Wars, one of the new Star Wars or
Mm.
something like one of those movies that have gotten really fucked up because of all the people they had to
Mhm.
go through. Very good. Very good.
Right. One from Taipan. What do you call a Frenchman wearing sandals?
A Frenchman wearing sandals? Gross. What?
Philippe Flop. Actually knew that one, sadly.
That's a Schrodinger joke. Okay, go ahead.
Cajun says he's hey, lucky he got an anonymous compliment about his parking skills today.
He got an anonymous
Compliment
compliment?
about his parking skills. Yeah, it said parking fine.
Wow. I had a feeling. Good
Mm.
one. Very good. Little note.
Oh dear, another Taipan one,
Oh,
possibly. I don't get why Marvel doesn't use the Hulk to advertise more.
the what?
He doesn't get why Marvel doesn't use
Mm.
the Hulk to advertise more. He's basically
Why?
one big banner.
I hate you. I kind of want to puke a little. Go ahead.
Cajanese says he's always getting sick during the week. He thinks he's got a weekend immune system.
Go on.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
I like that.
Hmm.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to think of a couple of jokes I came across recently. I cannot for the life of me remember them.
It's okay. We can cut it short.
Yes, up and out. They are pretty good today.
Yeah, they are.
Hmm.
I'm impressed. We can short.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay.
What?
I had to double check this one. From Cajanese, why is the ocean so salty?
Why?
Because the land
Why?
never waves back.
Oh.
I was worried about that for a brief second, Cajanese. Right.
Very
Another
good.
one from Cajanese.
Oh, okay.
How do you get Pikachu on a bus?
Yeah.
Your Pokemon.
That was stupid funny. Pokemon.
Hi, Nightwolf.
I know.
Okay, one from me if I can get it right in my head. I went to see my doctor a couple of days ago. Sort of
Did you
barged into his
now?
office and said, "Doctor, I feel like a pool cue." And he said, "Shut up, get to the end of the." So I feel like a pool ball. He said, "Shut up, get to the end of the queue."
What? What? I
Yeah,
heard you.
sorry, I got it wrong.
No, you saved it. You did save it at the
Mm,
end there.
yeah,
Get to the end of the queue. That was
right.
silly.
Taipan says, "Of all the inventions of the last 100 years, the
Uh-huh.
dry erase board has to be the most remarkable."
How could... Oh, God.
And I
Remarkable.
was trying to think of
The punchline?
no, basically, do you play pool in the States? You do, don't you? So
Yeah.
because normally it's
It's not billiards.
billiards or snooker,
No.
although they play a
We
bit of
play
pool here.
pool. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't play those silly little things.
Hang on. Taipan.
Hmm.
Hi, Dalek. You're
Hey,
just in time for the
Dalek.
jokes. Break out the book, young lady.
No, don't. It's okay.
Hi, and Taipan says, "What do you call a line of men waiting to get haircuts?"
What?
A barbecue.
On that note,
Hi, Rob Strachan.
oh, why are people coming in while we're leaving?
Well, maybe they're so used to you starting late, they thought we'd only be kicking off now.
What time is it? How long have we been going?
Hour and 20.
See? I said it was going to be a short one, so we're going over.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not late anymore because he won't let me be, really. So get here on time, guys. We're going to
I,
start on time if
I
I
tried
start.
to drag her
But here's the
in on
thing.
time.
I don't know. There are things afoot right now that I can't talk about publicly. Um, I don't know what to say.
Mhm.
Things are in mm, a weird place for me. Help me, Simon.
There's not much more without going into any form of
Mm,
detail that could really be said, is there?
um,
But
yeah, the future of the channel is.
I suspect the future of the channel's not really that much of a problem, but
It's
opinions
just
vary.
what um mode it'll be in, I
Mm,
guess.
yeah.
How
Um,
it goes forward.
yeah. I think potentially there shouldn't be any need for any major changes at all.
But you, and I'm not saying this to be insulting or mean, don't understand is you're British. Your system's different.
Right. Yeah. That
I'm
is very
hoping
true.
he's right. He's also being positive for me.
Yeah.
Helping me stay sane at this moment. But I have the
It's a big
best
job.
people. Yeah, there's issues, but I have the best people helping me with them, including Simon, Cajanese, Jason, Taipan. Um, they're helping a lot, and with their help, Cajanese is above and beyond. Um, Simon, all of them, all of them, really, all four. Between being my eyes and helping me learn how to use my computer all over again, it's great. But things are harder now, in a
Yeah.
number of ways. So um, be patient with me. We're
Yep.
trying. I'm trying, and we'll keep you. I'm sorry, this is kind of
Vague.
vague, but it needs to be right now. And when I can explain it all, I will.
Yep.
Obviously, I'm as transparent as I could be with you guys. Oh, can we bring them up to date with Pink Sub?
Um. Yes. Whilst doing that, I will say hello to Nicole,
Hey,
who's
Nicole.
just popped in, and she's come up with a joke as well.
Oh,
So I'll
great.
get to that in a moment. Yeah, uh, to date, the Pink Sub Fund has helped out 12 people,
Hmm.
and uh, just shy of $2,000 has been given out in.
Given out. All right.
Yeah,
We have a little bit more left,
yeah,
and that's earmarked for one person if they do say yes that they
yeah.
need it or want it. And
Mhm.
the last person we helped, sorry,
Yeah.
um,
No, no,
was
you don't need to say anymore
no,
on
it
that.
was just definitely a need, and we were
Yeah,
proud to be able to help as much as we could with
yeah,
them. And wish we could do more for everybody, really. But
yeah,
thank you all for helping us help
yeah,
everybody. And when we give out the rest of it, we'll let you know.
yeah.
And
You,
if there's
you
any
all done good.
questions, yeah. Anybody has any questions or want to double check our math or anything like that, we're as transparent as anybody has ever been. You can contact Simon or Cajanese is our treasurer.
Yeah,
Other
it's
than
all his fault. I was only obeying orders.
that, yeah, I saw nothing. Ah!
Dear.
That was good. That was the best joke today.
Mm.
All
Didn't
right,
see that one coming.
Ooh, tell Nicole so we can go.
Mhm. Right. Well, there's a couple more jokes as well.
Oh, great.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah. Nightwolf says he wasn't notified. YouTube
Really?
can
YouTube's an
occasionally
asshole.
monkey around with your
Yeah.
notification settings, so maybe double check
Double
on
check.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Nicole says, "What do
Oh,
you
I
call
also didn't put it in general. I don't think. I'm
a,
sorry, guys. My
It
bad.
it should have pinged up on the
Director.
director
Hmm.
thing, whatever. But
Hmm.
anyway, Nicole says, "What do you call a cow that can't moo?
Oh, I don't know.
A milk dud."
That's cute. I
Right.
like it.
From Dalek Beck,
Ooh, Dalek.
what a mad flea?
I'm sorry, say it again?
What do you call a mad flea?
I don't know.
A lunatic.
Wow. Yeah.
I think she's got to the insect part of her joke book because she
Yeah.
also says, "How do bees travel?
How do they travel?
They take the buzz."
No. 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 That was funny, actually.
I'm not sure I understand this one, Dalek.
Hmm.
Uh, where do you find baby soldiers?
I don't know where.
In the infantry. Sorry,
Oh.
that was a late runner in my brain. I had to work that one out.
Good one. Thank you.
Um,
Thank you all.
and Mike was saying, "Hey, he just did what he was told, only obeying orders." Yep, that works.
Mm. I really have to go though, because whatever
Hmm.
happened, is affecting me.
Right. Okie dokie. So, a suitable
Thanks for
outro
coming.
and
Not the regular one. Can't do an outro anymore. It's got the Patreon.
sorry.
Can't do the outro
Oh, none
either.
of the outros.
Anything without the list on it.
Right. Okay.
So if you have something. Sorry, guys.
Um, that's about it then, isn't it? Really? So
I'm sorry, guys.
that's all right.
I'll
Um,
redo them. Yeah, the songs. No.
sorry.
Yeah, just we'll say goodnight.
Right. Well, thank you everybody for turning up. Good to see you. And doubtless there'll be another stream at some stage.
I apologize for the weirdness, but when isn't it? Um, and we'll be back. For now, go away.
Yeah. Thank you and good night, everybody.